So in my class, I have this research project where we're designing an app around immigration stories and sharing these stories with your families. So what kind of technology, right, or device do you use right now, mostly?
Mostly my iPhone, but I like to use my iPad as well.
And social medias on that?
Yes. I use Facebook, and I just recently started getting into TikTok, but that's just...
Do you post anything ever or a lot
On
on Facebook?
Facebook, I will, but usually it's about family things or friend things.
Mm-hmm. Comments?
I do comment, but I more like...
Yeah.
I'd rather just, share that I liked something if it meant something to me. I guess probably the most comments I do are kind of wishing people happy birthdays and things like that. If I see special events happening or babies or anniversaries, I like it for that piece of it.
Mm-hmm. What do you know our immigration story?
Yeah, I know basically our story. I actually only know it from one side. I know it from my dad's side. I don't really know my mom's side.
Would you be interested in learning about it more, or just reading it if it was available? Do you think you would read it?
Yeah, sure.
Help contribute to it, if you could.
Help contribute to it? What does that mean?
I don't know if there's just a way to do research.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you post, like, take the initiative and do the research? Not if there was something available to do, just any research that you can now.
Yeah, I was interested in that. The DNA testing,
Mm-hmm.
that they have some programs and kits now, so that's a good way to track. I don't know if it doesn't tell the exact story, but it tells our lineage and things like that, and I find that interesting.
Yeah. This I think would be more of the story aspect of it, more than...
Yeah, there was a show on TV where they take, I think it's celebrities though, where they get historians and they really do a great job tracking the lineage and the whole story, and they find actual stories about the people. I think that would be amazing. But
yeah. If there was a site like this where you could read our story, would you be interested in doing that with other people, reading other people's stories?
Are you asking if I would just be interested in searching our family story and I wouldn't look up anybody else's?
Yeah. Would you look up other people's?
I think I would be interested in it, but it would a little bit make me feel like like
Stalking.
Yeah, like it's their family secrets,
Mm-hmm.
and if they want to share it, I would be interested to hear it. But for me to just go and learn about it,
what if that family made it public? Like, you had the option
to read our story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I would just read anybody's, but maybe I would be interested in, maybe if everybody had this, maybe I would be interested
your friends' stories, maybe celebrities' stories, like you were saying.
Yeah. I mean, they have a show on TV telling about their lineage, and really the only people really interested is that person.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what, I think mostly because it's stuff that we don't know about. So the little bits of knowledge that you can find from these stories, and you hear it from other people's families, just gives us that kind of insight anyway. And then it makes you wonder, would our family have done something like that? Would our ancestors have been involved in that or not? And it just gives you a piece of that time, what was going on and what people were doing and how they acted and stuff, that it's so kind of foreign to us, and we don't have the ability to really know that now. So the little nuggets of knowledge in that area, I think, is interesting.
Mm-hmm. Is there a lot of family that you don't know?
Yeah.
On both sides?
Yeah. I tried to, track our family. I did a little bit of research and I got a little bit of knowledge, but it's hard because when you lose the older generations, they're the ones that have that knowledge, right? So they can confirm, yes, this is this person, yes, they married, yes, they had this many children, and that you need some sort of information to build on and try to, expand and go back further. And it's hard because we don't have a huge family. And a lot of them are still not even around, the few that we had. So it makes it more difficult.
Mm. And this would provide a common experience.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to log on and see it.
Yeah. And having people who kind of studied that time and there's people that know stuff like that. Like, oh, the people that came in on, from this area on these boats, this is what happened, I remember we went on a trip to Ellis Island. That was really interesting.
To see the whole immigration
To
process.
see, yeah, and yes, it would have been fantastic to see somebody or some sort of history from our particular family, but that didn't take away from that entire day. It was incredibly interesting seeing other families. So I think that's kind of what you were asking. Would I be interested in learning about other families?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, just from a historical kind of time.
Yeah. So, after hearing about this app, any insights on what you would like to have implemented or how you think you would use it? If you would use it, even. If Grandma logged on and put everything she had stored all her documents.
Mm-hmm. It's a shame that this technology wasn't around for the older generation. They're the ones that have the stories, and they're the ones that can make the connections, and life was so different. But if there really was, I would love to be able to find out some more history and go back and get some insights. Sometimes now, all we can get is a name, even if we can get that.
Right.
But you don't get anything else. You don't get, any other interesting information. So if that's what you're saying, there was a system that had, had that kind of information, I think it would be fantastic.